Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I just watched the Batman trailer. Lord. Again. So glad I took my medications today. Alright, so I done caught my breath now. Check me out. I'm so hyped to talk about the Batman, and I'm going through it shot by shot, talking about the things that stand out, the things that we know from playing video games and watching movies and just knowing the canon and the universe of Gotham City and Batman. So subscribe to this channel if you want to see more comic book movie talk. Like this video if you do enjoy it, and let's get into it. Looking at the first image that I chose to freeze on is the Riddler masked up. Now, I didn't think it was the Riddler at first. I'll be quite honest with you. I watched this guy in the mask and his face is all covered and stuff. And because of this image with the no more lies in the taped up face, my first thought was, is this Hush? Dare I say, are we gonna see a live action Hush? But if you watch the trailer and you keep following it, you get it. It's the Riddler, but this is like the first version of him, like the earliest form of the Riddler. Regardless, I saw it, I liked it, I was very much into it. Just about 10 seconds in, you get your first glimpse of Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. And I tell you what, for all those people who like to say things like, oh, you should keep him white because Jim Gordon is always white and let's stick to the comics. Chill hard. I've never seen a character that has been changed so fundamentally, going from white to black. But the essence of who Jim Gordon is all over Jeffrey Wright in this image and in every scene that you're seeing him. So shut up if you're upset about Jim Gordon going from white to black. It's fine. It's better than fine. You get your first glimpse of Robert Pattinson's Batman. I'm glad they didn't make us wait. They didn't try to make it seem like this is the big part of the trailer. Like, no, this is a Batman movie. We're gonna show you Batman right off the jump. Okay, we get the first glimpse of Pattinson's Bruce Wayne. Hair is longer than I thought it would be. Also styled differently than I thought it would be, but who knows based on what time period this is in. I really don't care. Let's keep going. This scene is what I care about. Do you see that look on that face? I'm looking at it on the iPad, but you're seeing it behind me. That look on that face is a look of anger. And I'll be honest with you, if we talking about Batman, I never believed the anger on any of them, except for occasionally Christian Bale and 100% Ben Affleck. Loved Ben Affleck's Batman because he seemed so pissed off, the way Batman should be. Always angry, always thinking about a way to either hurt someone or beat someone or do something that could be viewed as diabolical. He's a tough guy, and I didn't get that. I'm angry, I have a chip on my shoulder, I'm figuring out a way to hurt you. I didn't get that from the other Batman, besides a little bit in Christian Bale and a whole lot in Ben Affleck. And seeing this image makes me think we're gonna get a very angry Robert Pattinson, and I wanna see it. Alright, this is a dark shot. I might have to edit this and make it a little bit lighter, but this is the first glimpse of Catwoman. I didn't know what I was looking at when I saw the trailer the first time. On the rewatch, I was like, yeah, this is Catwoman. Okay, I'm with it. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know who they are, but they gonna get whipped. And you'll see that later. Alright, so when I was watching the trailer, again, it's dark. I watched this on my phone. I was like, wait, who's he fighting? This is Catwoman. We got our first glimpse of Catwoman and Batman going at it. Don't know how this little relationship that they always seem to develop in the movies and the games, don't know how that's gonna develop, but I imagine we seeing the first encounter right here. Not at all digging this homemade mask. Like, I don't know, she need to get with her people. Y'all need to hook it up, cause this ain't it. But I do like the fact that it's homemade. I do like the fact that they didn't go all out with it to where she has like a whole cowl and everything else when she's really just a cat burglar. Like, I'm okay with her being a little bit more homegrown, a little bit more organic, because if this is gonna be so grounded, it makes sense that she wouldn't have a full leather cowl and everything else with a whip and all that other stuff. Here, you see, to me, this was the confirmation that this guy is the Riddler, because you see the light hint of green. I might have to brighten this image up, but it was the green jacket and the glasses to me that set it off that, wait, this dude is the Riddler. He is not anyone else. This is not Hush. This is not Zaz with a mask on. This is the Riddler. But there's a lot of other things that make you think Riddler too. I skipped over most of those though. So this image, I was able to you're pressing pause, play pause. I caught this image, and listen, this shot makes me think that this movie is gonna be not only action-packed and incredibly interesting, but it's gonna be beautiful as well. Like, you're gonna see some Batman from some angles that you may have never seen him from before. I'm excited. I'm more excited from like the cinematography, directing standpoint when I see this. All right, and then I jump to the title card. Wonderful shot. But what's the biggest thing coming out of the Batman in the Batman trailer? And I'll show you right here. I'm vengeance. When that boy say I'm vengeance, first of all, things that we need to take note of. That I'm vengeance. He sounds to me like how it should have ended. I'm Batman. He sounds like that. And if that's the voice that we're going with, I'm very much excited. Because in between all these movies that we're getting, all the Marvel stuff, all the DC stuff, we always get how it should have ended. And if you don't know how it should have ended, the whole idea of because I'm Batman comes from that. And I couldn't be more happy if that's the type of voice that we're going with. I liked Ben Affleck's little computer generated distorted voice. That was cool. I did not at all enjoy the Christian Bale Batman voice. It was horrible. And the others were so far back that I would have to go back and rewatch those movies to try to really rekindle the thought that was in my mind. But I will say, Robert Pattinson's Batman voice at this point is probably the best. We gotta hear a lot more. But just with that I'm vengeance line, sounds like he might be a contender for top Batman voice. You know, next to like the voice, Kevin Conroy. The other thing to take away from that clip that I just showed, hopefully I don't get the copyright, claim on it. Hopefully I don't. Probably will. But the other thing to take away from that is the action. They didn't cut one time in all those punches. They gave you one frame, one take, beating this dude into the ground. That's what I want to see. Again, if you go back, and I'm gonna link it probably right here, my top 3 video that I did, and I talked about how the warehouse fight scene was the single greatest action that we've ever seen from the Batman on film. Matt Reeves is saying, hey, I can do better. And if he can, then we are all in for a treat. So that's all I have to talk about when it comes to the Batman. I loved everything that's come out of DC Fandome so far. Stick around, I will be doing a recap for that. If you are hanging around the page and you want to see more from me, I did a breakdown just recently on the Snyder Cut trailer. Super excited about that. Before seeing the Batman, the Snyder Cut thing was my #1 thing coming out of DC Fandome. But now that we got this, it's the new #1. I'm a huge Batman fan and I loved every second of this trailer. Snyder Cut one was also very well done as well. Subscribe please to get more videos about me geeking out about this type of content, breaking down trailers, talking about movies, maybe doing some colognes, maybe a book or two, maybe even a product. Thank you so much for hanging out with your boy. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and come back and see me again.